intruder in the tubes. Repeat, possible intruder.
When the elevator stops, exit with your hands raised. I cannot let you in until you show your face. How'd you make it here by yourself? Who are you?
What's going on, guys, and welcome to Ark Raiders.
That bed down here in Speranza sure beats sleeping outside, but it's getting pretty crowded.
In this video, I will be showing you a complete guide on how to build up a fresh account from the start using the most efficient resources possible, as well as the best routes that you should prioritize.
Up topside, clean hands don't get the work done. The Raiders don't seem to mind. Everything has a price, and it's always higher than you think.
1,358 days to make a beautiful...
Raiders may not follow orders, but they'll follow a bounty if it's high enough.
I wouldn't worry about other raiders that much. I would worry about Ark. Something's going on.
First things first, the menu. Familiarize yourself with this screen. Your inventory is probably the first thing you will end up looking at. You won't have much, but it is important to know what your stash is and how it works. Your stash is essentially stuff you cannot lose unless you're willingly ready to sell, recycle, or simply bring it into a raid. Now let's take a look at these tabs. The Workshop tab contains useful crafting stations that will become craftable after a few raids. It also contains your beloved Scrappy, which will grab you materials the longer you are in a raid. You will be able to upgrade these stations, including Scrappy, with resources found around the map. You will also find blueprints for these stations in raids. Some blueprints are rarer than others and can be locked behind limited events. These events appear more often than you'd think, so don't worry too much. But you will only find what you're looking for when you know what you're looking for. If you do not understand what I mean, then keep watching. The Raider tab contains your skill tree, character customization, trials, projects, and codex. This is my skill tree if anyone is interested, but I'd recommend playing with it yourself considering it is only around 150k to reset it. The most essential skills in this game so far have been Loaded Arms, Proficient Prior, Looter's Instincts, and the mobility tree itself. Character customization isn't too important for this video, but I will say this skin is only gained after linking your Embark account between this game and the finals. When you are in the finals, you are going to want to click on the Contracts tab, then click Ark Raiders, and complete this quest. Anyways, the trial tab isn't too important right now, considering the effort/reward trade-off. I will explain them real quick, but I recommend doing these when or if you are bored. Essentially, you will receive points for however much you can do in one raid. One singular raid. Because I didn't know this at first, and it's okay. Now you do. The challenges will change each Monday and will be along these lines. Deliver carryables, damage rocketeers, destroy pops, download information inside the bunker, and damage hornets. The rewards vary and can be worth it, but not for new raiders. Your time is more valuable elsewhere, and we'll talk about that shortly. Projects is one of the most important tabs on this page. This tab will allow you to get rid of stuff in your inventory for rewards. Now, the expedition is very different from the Flickering Flames event because of how the expedition works. Essentially, it is an optional choice on whether or not you want to reset your character for rewards. I expedited and gained a 5% XP boost, 10% more on repairs, 6% boost on Scrappy, 12 extra stash slots, and for every $1 million that my character was worth at the time, equated to 1 skill point, with a maximum of 5 skill points per expedition. Now, this seems very useless and minute to the overall progression, but it's not supposed to be instant gratification. It is a slower way to max yourself out, essentially lengthening the lifespan of this game. The expedition rewards will stack throughout the seasons. Meanwhile, the Flickering Flames event just rewards you with some better loot. Lastly, the codex. This just tracks your stats and is something cool to look at after a while. Now onto the Traders tab, and this one is important. First things first is you're going to want to accept every single quest given to you. You might accidentally complete 1 or 2. They provide decent rewards, but the more you complete, the greater the rewards will become. Besides the quest, you can trade with each and every one of these guys, but they all work differently. Celeste is probably the best one considering that she trades in seeds, which are easy to stack and can be found from Scrappy. These seeds are worth more sold to Celeste than the 10k for the 100 seeds, I promise. Shani takes credits from you, which is the blue currency, and this currency can be spent elsewhere, which I recommend you do. But if not, you can come and spend them here. Tian Wen takes coins from you and is a very useful merchant. I buy high-level attachments from her and ammo, sometimes weapons if I'm that broke. Lance is also another useful trader, giving you basic kits and heals, but as well as allowing you to transform the holy free kit into a green variant if you manage to return safely to Speranza. Finally, Apollo, which is a very niche trader and only really supplies me with deadlines. Now onto the deck tab, and this is also another very important tab because this is where you should be spending those blue credits, unlocking epic rewards as well as cool cosmetics. Now all of these cosmetics are free because the blue currency is a challenge that you have to complete, and these challenges constantly rotate. Something I also want to praise Embark for is allowing us to revisit decks, essentially valuing our time in case we are unable to play or complete them at the time of release. Finally, the store tab. This is your Fortnite item shop. I'm kidding, but not really. This game does have some seriously cool cosmetics, and I would recommend investing in a few of them, but most of them are pretty expensive. Yes, we are on damn Battlegrounds. This map is definitely a top 3 map. I like this route a lot. You guys will see it momentarily. Optimal spawn will be on this hatch right here. If you don't get it, you can do it in reverse. It doesn't matter. Once you know the route, this route is very, very good to do. And was the route that I ran the most amount of times when I was broke, when I restarted my expedition, when I had nothing again. This was one of the greatest routes to just get a lot of resources, a lot of high value resources very quickly. My room was looted, so I kind of just left. But essentially, I go towards Water Tower. Water Tower does have a lot of good stuff, and these drawers, these medical drawers, can have blueprints. Do not overlook certain drawers. I'll talk about that at one point when I talk about the blueprints, but don't skip drawers. Don't skip a lot of things. There's a lot of little minute things you can search in this game that are very high value searchables. But there's a bunch of raider caches that can also spawn around here. This electrical outpost up here, if you come up here, is very underrated. It can have a bunch of spawns, like 2 ammo crates. Actually, I think 3. A weapon crate, a med bag. So always search up there. This piece of land you'll see me scattering around has a weapon crate. I found it here before, but it was right there. I don't know. I can't find it. Haven't found it in a while. But Formical Outpost, or Formikai Outpost, or whatever this place is called, is a very underappreciated spot. As you see, I'll go up here. And up here there are, I got no good spawns, 2 weapon crates, I believe a Wolfpack grenade spawn thing, and ammo crate, med bag as well, I think. I think there's a lot. You can get 3 weapon crates from Formikai Outpost. But if you keep going down this way, there's another ammo crate you could search. Didn't spawn for me. But if you keep going down as well. We're going to pass another weapon crate. 2 more weapon crates, actually. There's a lot of weapon crates on this route. This is not the weapon crate spawn. This is just another spot. Essentially, the weapon crate spawn. You'll see me pinging them, if you notice to my pings. I'm pinging all the weapon crate spawns that I loot. Ammo crates as well in that pipe. I don't even loot this electrical tower. It's kind of mid. If you need it, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Take a little detour. Get this arc probe. I needed it. Don't blame me. Sometimes you gotta know what you need. But how's everybody's day going? Glad you guys have made it this far. If you've made it this far, drop like, subscribe, and comment rubber duck. Do you guys believe that the rubber ducks give you increased loot? I do. But yeah, just got a bunch of basic stuff here. Now, usually I end the route at this hatch right here, But I've been developing a new part of my strategy where I kind of just go up this way towards this hatch key. There's a spot right here on this ping. But essentially, there's now another weapon crate I can find this way by this concrete little building that broke off. And over here at the blue ping that I'll head to shortly, you can find a med bag, ammo bag, grenade tube. Basically, more blueprint spawns. You'll understand what I mean shortly when I talk about the blueprints. But yeah, and then I end the route right over here. This route is very, very good. Love this route. And it's not as good as the Blue Gate one that I'll show you right now, but it is very calm and uncontested.
Good luck. You may just need it.
Now that we're on Blue Gate, this is definitely going to be more hostile, okay? This one's not for the weak. You're going to want to come over here to this ping and drop down the zip line. There's going to be 3 weapon crates down here. I did get 2 of them. But after this, you're going to want to keep going into the tunnels straight this way. Underneath these stairs over here, you're going to find another one. I didn't find anything, so I started looting the lockers. Some guy rolled up on me. But down this hall, there's going to be a room with a bunch of red lockers that I'll ping. I skip it because I was a little afraid this run. Thought some guy was going to come murder me. But yeah. There's a weapon crate at the end of each of these tunnels you'll find. I got both spawns. But after this, I just head up. Usually, I go to Pilgrim's Peak and get sensors, because sensors are very, very valuable. But this run, I was feeling a little nervous. Just wanted to get out with the loot I had. So I did. But sensors are very valuable for crafting a bunch of hatch keys in order to successfully extract like this every time. You will want to repeat this a few times until you have built yourself an arsenal of weapons. Now, what weapons am I even looking for? That's a great question, okay? After collecting a few guns, go into the practice range and test them out. Find out which one suits you best and then print them. My favorites are the Stitcher, Kettle, Toro, Anvil, Venator, Renegade, and then obviously the pink weapons. Now, not all of the pink weapons are balanced properly. I think the best ones are the Bobcat and the Tempest. Now, you might have noticed all of my guns are level 4, and that's because upgrading your weapons is a great way to keep your stash empty, or at least empty enough for you to keep playing. Now, you need to understand the importance of leveling up the weapon, okay? So many people either run a level 1 Stitcher or a level 4. And that is bad, okay? You can and are able to run a Stitcher 2, run a Stitcher 3, and put on some mid attachments, okay? You don't need to max out a weapon every time you want to use it. I love running the Stitcher 2 or 3 with like some green attachments because it's relatively cheap compared to a Stitcher 4. I should bring attention to the expand stash button ready for you to buy with coins. I recommend you set your attention towards making money to max this out immediately. This is around 600k coins and is very achievable. Now, the best way I have found for upgrading weapons fast is to recycle almost everything, including the weapons you do not like. If you don't understand recycling, then just go to Metaforge, which I've linked in the description for you, and will supply you with all the information you will need after watching this video. Now let's talk about what each map does and how they will help you. Damn Battlegrounds is simple, friendly, and repetitive. You will successfully extract almost like 90% of the time on this map, unless you are in threes, which is honestly just constant PvP. Blue Gate is where you will find higher value loot as well as easy sensors for infinite hatch keys. This map is also very good for farming Arc. Buried City is another high value loot spot, but is mainly used for its money and medical aspects. It can yield very high value loot weapons and other items, but most of the time you're booting this map up for its money and medical supplies. Stella Montis is your PvP mode. This map has very, very good loot, okay? But most of the times, if not every time you queue this map, people are not friendly, okay? Do not trust a single person on Stella Montis. They will kill you. Spaceport is my least familiar map, and honestly, I'm fine with it because it gives me more to learn. I recommend only going into Spaceport when you want to use keys or find security breaches. Besides that, Stella Montis always got me right. These 5 maps are very expansive and hard to master. Do not jump into each map and say you've played them, because after 100 raids of damn Battlegrounds, I'm still finding secrets, and so will you. Let's talk about why it's important to decide what you want to do before entering a raid. Yes, I know you have no choice on when or where you spawn into a raid, but you do have a choice on what kind of raid it will be. Am I here for a successful raid? Do I not care? Do I need resources? Do I need weapons? And go from there. There will always be something for you to figure out in Speranza, whether it be upgrading your weapons, benches, or even scrappy. Now, I always run an augment. I only used free kits for like the first 10 raids. After that, I had all the materials to craft all the looting Mark IIs I would need. Free kits are not good. Do not form this habit, because the safe pocket is infinitely better and more useful than anything you will possibly find in a free kit raid. One good blueprint will make or break your night. With this safe pocket, there isn't a threat. This is my starter loadout. This is my mid-game loadout. This is my typical loadout. And this is my favorite loadout and the one that I can run every raid now due to my techniques. Now let's talk about the Arc. The Arc are what make this game so unique, forcing you into scenarios where you have to negotiate with raiders. I'm going to tell you what they do and their weaknesses. The Pop will suicide bomb you, and if shot in time, can negate all damage taken, even to squad mates. The Pop are very weak and can be killed easily. The Tick can be easily avoided with a good headset, but is a nuisance if left alone. They are very weak, just like the Pop. The Fireballs will stop moving and try to flamethrower you. When killed, they will also leave a pool of flames behind. They can be killed easily if you let them open their faceplate, revealing this white spot. The side glowing rings of the Fireball are stronger than the core. There are 2 types of turrets in the game. One that will trigger quickly and spray you like an SMG, and another that will charge up a sniper shot that can be avoided easily. There are certain weak point indications in this game, which are white spots, yellow spots, and a softer heat-resistant looking film. The turrets have the yellow spots. The Wasps will trigger quickly and spray you like an SMG. The weak points are the propellers. The Hornet will charge up a shock bolt and will stun you if hit. The weak points are the back 2 propellers, as the front 2 have an initial shield that you will have to break. The Snitch will scan you and call in reinforcements. The reinforcements that the Snitch will spawn are 2 Wasps and a Hornet. The Snitch's weak points are the 3 white plates on the outside of it. The Surveyor is relatively harmless, having only 1 attack, in which he will charge you. But besides that, killing him is very useful when it comes to progressing in Arc Raiders. He can drop blueprints and rare Arc items. The blueprints can be found easier in events such as Night Raids and Cold Snap. They also drop the Surveyor Vault, which can be used to upgrade a bench later in the game. The Comet is a much larger Pop, with more armor and a way bigger blast radius. The Firefly is a very tanky, air-flying flamethrower. The Leaper will jump at you, as well as charge an explosion around him that won't kill him. He can be killed very easily if you just stay inside and shoot off his armor plating with heavy ammo. Or blow him up, which applies to all Arc. But the best explosive for Arc is definitely the Wolfpack. The Rocketeer will spam rockets at you. Never get caught in an open field by a Rocketeer. They are very dangerous. His weak points are the propellers, but all of his are armored similar to the Hornet, except his propellers can withstand more shots. Way more. The Bombardier has spotters flying around him that will spot you like a snitch, except the Bombardier will shoot rockets at the location that the spotters spot. His weak points are the legs and backside, indicated by these yellow points. The Bastion will beam you with a machine gun and has similar weaknesses to the Bombardier. The Shredder is a moving shotgun trap that will obliterate you. Just don't be near him when he goes off, shoot off his plating, and keep shooting his center until failure. The Queen is a limited event creature that drops high value loot. She will only spawn during Harvester events. The Matriarch is another limited event creature that drops high value loot and is significantly harder than the Queen. It only spawns during Matriarch events. Finally, blueprints. These spawn in specific places and are hard to come by. There are certain blueprints locked behind limited events. The Volcano can be found anywhere on the map during hidden bunker events. The Tempest can be found anywhere on the map during night raids. The Bobcat can be found anywhere on the map during locked gate events. The Snaphook can be found anywhere on the map during electromagnetic storms. The Aphelion is found on Stellamontis, and the Equalizer and the Jupiter are found in the Harvester. And every other spawn is very hard to pinpoint, but most attachments and explosives can be found in residential objects such as drawers, cabinets, and suitcases. A very good spawn for items in general are these metal breachable boxes. And these searchables are the best places to find augments in the game. Arc Raiders is built on trust and friendship. Most like to deceive, manipulate, and troll. That is why it's always your choice on whether it is right to kill a raider or let them live. It is all a part of the game, and that is what makes this game so great. Arc Raiders has two sides, the rats and the employed. The rats kill for goop, the employed learn how to goop. Which will you be? Here's a list of all the materials needed for each rank of the stations and what items you will need. Now before I send you off, please consider subscribing if this was useful and enjoy Arc Raiders.